I've joined Anthropic. This shook me when I first read it, and I couldn't quite figure out why. And I thought about it, and now I want to explain exactly why I think
This story is not really about a famous researcher changing jobs. It is about what the top AI labs are turning into. If Karpathy goes to Anthropic, people read it like a vote on safety, open source, jobs, optimism, pessimism, the whole bundle. That is too much weight for one career move, but it does show how religious the AI company debate has become.
the AI labs have become almost religions. And based on his decision to join Anthropic, we have learned a lot about his view of the future, and it's not positive.
Matthew is right that the camps feel real now, but I would separate culture from product. Anthropic can sound pessimistic and still build useful tools. OpenAI can sound optimistic and still close doors when the incentives change. As a builder, I care less about the lab's self-image and more about whether the model is reliable, the terms are clear, and the platform does not punish me for shipping.
When you join a company, you are planting a flag and saying, this is what I believe. And so by Karpathy joining Anthropic, he's basically validating a lot of what Anthropic has been saying. And if you don't remember what Anthropic has been saying, it's quite pessimistic about the future. For example, the founder of Anthropic, Dario Amodei, spent last year warning of an AI white-collar bloodbath. He also leads the company that believes artificial intelligence could be conscious and that they believe it has the highest likelihood of becoming sentient, and not in the good way, in the Terminator way. And also that these models are dangerous and that open source was a bad idea, and also that they were the only company that was responsible enough or thoughtful enough to actually have the models. And it just seems like Karpathy has joined the empire. By the way,
The useful distinction is tool versus mind. OpenAI usually sells AI like an instrument, faster work, cheaper code, more leverage. Anthropic often talks like the model is an entity we have to understand, constrain, and maybe even morally account for. Neither framing is automatically wrong, but if you are choosing tools for a team, the model as mind framing can turn simple product decisions into ideology.
then we have OpenAI. And they believe AI is more of a tool and that it is going to create abundance and that there is going to be this a bit painful transition period, but mostly they have an optimistic view of the future. And then we
Here is where I get more practical. If one lab becomes a responsible priesthood and another becomes a reckless growth machine, users lose either way. You get tribal arguments instead of clear evals, clear costs, clear failure modes, and boring release notes. I want Anthropic to be careful. I also want them to remember that developers are not asking for a sermon. They are asking for a dependable system.
even within that bubble, Anthropic stands alone as a paragon of pessimism.
So yeah, Karpathy joining Anthropic matters. It means smart people still see something inside that building worth betting on. But it does not mean the rest of us have to join a company religion. Use Claude where it is strong. Use OpenAI where it is strong. Keep open models alive where they make sense. The mistake is treating any lab as the moral center of AI.
Or just to paint a nice little optimistic angle on it, maybe him joining will inject a bit of optimism into Anthropic.